He looks like shit. He looks like shit on the floor.
I think
he
he's
looks
still
slow.
hurt.
What killed me the most, I swear to God, I almost lost it. And I try not to text in the chat negative shit about Luka because I know this guy is waiting to say anything negative.
Who?
You fucking piece of shit.
Riv.
I seen Luka.
Just me? You're not with me?
I'm not a Luka hater.
Anyways, I see Luka hunched over, hands on his knees, huffing and puffing. And I look up and I'm asking myself, why is this motherfucker out of shape like this? How is it humanly possible that he is this out of shape? And LeBron James is 40 years old.
LeBron's LeBron.
He's 40.
He's not
He's
human.
40.
You know what I mean?
Luka is in the prime of his career. He's 25 years old. How are you out of shape?
To be fair, LeBron at 40 is in better shape than probably 95% of the NBA.
I'm not going to disagree with you. He's 40, bro.
To give Luka benefit of the doubt, trolling aside, this is a guy that historically has never really came into the season in shape. He's always played his way into shape.
That's an L.
It is, absolutely. That's one of the biggest
what Harden
knocks
used
on
to
him.
do.
That's a knock that Nico Harrison had on him in the front office. So when you have to play yourself into shape and you get, a quarter of the
used to
way
do
into
that.
the season and you have a major injury to your lower body, you can't really do cardio. Like he was on the sidelines for multiple months. He's not out here, doing any sort of high intensity cardio. So he gets a handful of practices playing 5-on-5, and now all of a sudden he's playing in real NBA minutes. So that's going to be tough for anybody, let alone a guy who isn't in shape to begin with. Now he looks like a guy that shouldn't even be out on the court.
And this guy's 3 balls gone. Just see you later. Poof. Vanished.
I just don't think his legs are under him. I think the calf is still bothering him, and I think he's gonna be fine. Number one,
He will be. Absolutely.
He's Luka. I
but
believe.
also like with the Mavericks, before he got traded, he was still nursing an injury, and you could tell the wear and tear from last season was definitely getting to him, and he wasn't playing with that same pop that he had last year. He wasn't.
Luka was arguably the best player in the world last year.
Till he wasn't.
Is it my turn to
He's the
speak?
best player. in the
Look
finals.
at the finals pictures.
I don't know. He
Look
was
at his
fucking
ribs.
ass.
Yes,
They were-
he was bleeding.
they were
and all
taped.
that,
Holiday,
yeah.
maybe?
That whole
Look
shit,
at
though,
his
we gotta stop
knees.
with that. Like, you could also fall, skid your knee, I'm bleeding,
But he
and
had,
I'm wearing
he had
layers.
it every game in the playoffs.
Here's my thing.
He was killing Minnesota.
Yeah, he had that too, though.
But
Against
like,
Minnesota.
okay,
Yes.
how? Because you do this with Halliburton. It's so funny to me.
Oh, well, don't compare the two. I'm
How
begging
long are
you.
we just gonna keep yelling he's injured, he's hurt, instead of the actual reality of his brother's out of shape. He refuses to play defense because that's also why you lost that game in Charlotte, because they were picking him apart defensively in
Lamelo
the pick and roll,
killed him,
and all
bro.
you see is his
Yeah,
big
that was
ass
nasty.
running up and down trying to figure out who gets who. He getting blown by. Listen, I get it. He might still be hurt, and listen, calf injuries are no joke. I'm not gonna deny that, but if he's hurt, sit him down. And if you're out there, and we know the saying, if you're out there and you're playing.
You're open to criticism.
You can't bring it up. It's open to criticism. And he's also like, it's not just, I think it's a calf injury. I do think that. I do think he's a little bit out of shape. He's also taking plays off. Like what do you like? This team defense isn't already. It's already missing something on the back line.
It is.
So if you get beat easily on the perimeter, which also LeBron is too.
He is.
If you get beat on the perimeter
40.
easily, there's nothing back there for you to help. Like it's
Yeah,
like
I know.
everybody on the team, damn near 80%. Because Reeves is getting beat too.
Calm down.
No, he was. Oh my God.
Rui off ball is just a bad defender.
No,
Bro,
it's not good.
He
It's
is
food
bad.
out. Like, yo, people look at the lake. It's food.
That's the shit, though. If we're a bad defensive team, we know this. We have to be the best offense every single night, and we
exactly.
were dog shit in that third quarter. Last
Charlotte.
thing I'll say on Luka, because I believe in him.
Of course
he's
you
gonna
do.
be fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna be great.
Called him dog shit.
Best
It's car.
point guard. I hated him.
I haven't heard Luka Magic in a minute.
He's pissing me off. However, it's an adjustment period. What I think we're seeing out of Luka Doncic right now is that he's being too passive. He's not being himself. He's not having that normal usage that he has the ball in his hands and he's able to create the way that he wants to create. He thinks that because LeBron's on the court and Reeves is on the court, I don't hate people saying, why do we have 3 creators on the floor at the same time? I understand it. If you ask me, it's hard to say because I know what I've been watching out of Austin Reeves this season. He's been fantastic. He should win 6th Man of the Year this year and next year.
Lost me.
For the sole fact that we need a legit second ball handler in our second unit, and that could be Austin Reeves. Austin
should
Reeves can
stagger.
be 100%. But Austin Reeves should be that first person off the bench running against the twos and killing the twos. We know Austin Reeves has the capability to go out there and kill ones. You can go out there and destroy the second unit. And then you run LeBron and Luka Doncic. You know that their usage is going to be high. Now you have a third ball handler and with Austin Reeves on the court at the same time. It gets to a point where now we don't know who's going to have primarily ball responsibility. And now people start to overthink it and pass up on shots and pass up on opportunities. That's where you start to second guess yourself and lose. Yeah. And I watched a lot of that last night. A lot of passing up good looks, a lot of trying to appease others. No, Luka is Luka. You need to go get yours. Even if you're missing, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, 20 attempts. Shoot 40%. That's okay. Shoot 35%. At least show that you're trying to go get yours. And that was evident last night. He was just in foul trouble too. I just think it needs to be ways of having different rotations because we do have 3 legitimate great ball handlers. It's just when you have them all on the court at the same time, and all 3 of them right now where we currently stand aren't great defenders, something needs to change.
Well, it hurts when Austin Reeves got himself ejected.
That was bullshit. I don't want to hear he got himself. That ref is fucking soft. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what you got ejected for?
It was soft.
Yo, are you serious? He gets slapped. He gets fouled. He thinks that he's fouled. Whether you think it's a foul or not. He says, that is some fucking bullshit. He says, fuck again. You're going to chuck him for that? For cursing?
That's crazy.
I've seen way more egregious shit that's gotten a real ejection. That was soft.
Well, maybe that's true, but he got ejected, and that hurt the Lakers'
I don't
offense.
disagree.
Luka right now, through 3 games with the Lakers, he has a usage percentage of 34%. So he's being used. I think right now, he's just not making his shots. And I think when you look at him, especially last night, he looked like he was limping a little bit up and down the court. That's just how he looked like. So I do think
he
that
looked fine, bro.
So I didn't see him limping.
He looked fine.
No, he definitely had a little limp.
I saw him limp after he missed a shot.
The only time he's limping is when he's running in transition because he's fucking jogging. He's jogging.
No, he was definitely limping.
I could be wrong.
He's still hurt. I feel like.
I feel like he's still hurt, and
they said he has no restrictions.
I just feel like, for part of me still really can't believe that he's on the Lakers. That's number one. I've already gotten over it because he's on the Lakers. It is what it is. Like that happened. It's Laker the reality of it. But
he owns Laker gear now. Multiple.
It's just I'm looking at Luka, who just the mindset of him. Like he just bought a house in Dallas. He's now going to the Lakers, and the Mavericks legitimately had a team that could compete for a championship. The Lakers don't. Like when you look at it's LeBron and Luka, but all of the other players that surround them and support them, they don't fit Luka. This was a team that he just got dropped into with players around him that don't complement him.
Who doesn't fit his game?
I don't think Rui fits him.
Disagree.
I don't think any of the centers fit him.
Well, obviously.
Jackson Hayes is a
if you
roller,
have a gripe with any front court player, it's fair. It's not just fair. It's right. They're not great.
Well, Rui's not a good defender.
But that has nothing to do with compliment on the offensive side.
Well, it does. I mean, you need for Luka, the best way to maximize him, you need defenders around him that can mask his defensive deficiencies.
All right, so let's count Rui then, if that's what you want to say.
Yeah,
even though Rui last night was arguably our best offensive player until the 4th.
Yeah, but I'm saying in terms of a spot-up shooter, sure. Like, yes, he's valuable, but he doesn't defend. So it's going to make Luka look even worse.
He doesn't defend for LeBron and AD, though.
Agreed. He's just an amazing
No, I know, but what I'm saying,
player
this
scorer.
team, even with Anthony Davis, I mean, they were going to compete for a championship. This team just doesn't have the role players to do that. Like, I'm looking at...
All right, who else, though?
Basically, name anybody else.
Didn't they say he could win the finals? Am I bugging, Rich?
Let him say
outside Reeves, LeBron,
DFS.
and DFS. That's it.
Okay, and Vando? Because now you're going to talk about his offense being bad?
15 minutes.
But his defense is really good.
He's a good hustle
Doesn't
player.
matter.
Good hustle
So
player.
can't hit shots.
So unless you are a two-way player, you don't fit around Luka.
So
Yeah,
defense,
like unless you are a
High key.
good two-way player, you don't fit around in any contending team. No, you don't.
And Rui Hachimura was a very key part of us making the WCF. Austin Reeves was a very key part in us making the WCF.
I think this conversation is so fucking interesting.
Rui is a really good player. Shitting on Rui is nuts.
Rui just can't defend.
Neither can Luka.
Well, no, he can't.
Like,
But
that
you're
could
going-
be easy. That's how we really fix the problem. You're a 25-year-old superstar. Let's lock in. Let's lock the
You're
fuck
looking-
in.
you're looking-
Fourth quarter at least.
You're
You don't got to
looking
do the
at
whole game.
The Mavericks and the
5
Lakers
fouls
roster.
average in the last 2 games.
It's nasty.
You take away the top 2 players for the Mavericks and the Lakers, and I'm assuming Anthony Davis is healthy in
Yes,
this
yes,
scenario
yeah.
for the Mavericks. The Mavericks roster is way fucking better.
Okay.
When did you come to this conclusion?
Well, the Mavericks roster has been better.
No,
has
but
been.
I'm saying, when did you come to this conclusion that all of a sudden the Lakers can't win a championship?
Well, they can't. I mean, unless they get the absolute peak of Luka, and LeBron's also playing like 2018 LeBron every single night.
Oh, he just
no, they
keeps playing
can't.
like LeBron.
Well,
right
I mean,
now.
I was gonna say LeBron before this trade was playing like a damn near top 5
I
player
know,
in the
but
world.
what
Bro,
I'm
with
saying
the
is
month
that
of February, he's been a god.
Luka and LeBron literally need to be perfect for this team to like honestly get out the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could be like the Rockets
without
or
a big, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Without a big,
Any team at the top of the
sucks.
West are getting smoked by.
Even Houston?
Well, not Houston. Houston is an exception.
Are the Grizzlies beating us?
Memphis, maybe, that's up in the air because
Depends on how
I don't
Ja
really
plays.
trust them like that. But
Ja don't have a big to stop
I'm talking
him.
about OKC and Denver. If they face off against them, they're gonna get smoked. They're
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
just better
definitely.
teams.
Yeah, that's tough.
With the Mavericks, they had role players that complimented them. You had Kyrie, who Luka built a repertoire with, and they understood how to play with each other. That matters. And then you have Clay, you have PJ Washington, Gafford, Lively, Najee Marshall.
we know the
Quentin
Mavericks are
Grimes is
good.
playing really
We
good.
know this.
That's what I'm saying. But you drop Luka into a situation where he has to now familiarize himself with brand
Here we
new
go.
players,
This is
brand
good.
new skill
This
sets.
is
he
a
also
good
has to
route.
play better.
Well, obviously,
Agreed.
he has to hit his
All
shots.
right, see, that's true, but I like this route.
But-
This route makes sense.
but this-
he needs to familiarize
this is
himself with the
hilarious,
offense.
bro.
Drew, this is a dude
This whole
that
shit with the team around him is not that Rui. Even though last night he was arguably our best offensive player until LeBron woke up. It's like
respectfully, Drew, a dude that was, in your guys' opinion, the best player in the world last year goes to a
yeah.
team and all of a sudden it's everybody else. Oh, he's got no, you're the best player in
This
the
is
world.
his
Figure this
third
shit
game
out.
played in 2.5 months.
No, but this is arguably, you could argue, the worst he's ever looked. I know it's.
I think so.
I know it's 3 games.
He'll
It's
listen. He'll
3
be
games.
fine. Like he will turn it around and he'll
The
average
Lakers
fucking
outside
38
of
and 7.
LeBron
But,
is hard to play with. Like you could just plop him in, and it's like a struggle to play with.
like they got dudes that spot
Who?
up that could shoot. DFS,
What's
Rui,
your question
Reeves.
exactly?
Who on the? Because you're saying he's going to a new situation. Okay, that's fair. He's he's implementing a
LeBron's
new
very
offense.
hard to play with. That's a big piece.
Outside of LeBron.
Well, you can't
Because
just say
they
outside.
were
That's the
staggering
biggest
his
piece.
minutes. LeBron and there was times where Luka was on the floor without LeBron, and he had role players. He was once again, like you said, just missing shots, not playing defense, getting beat off the dribble a ton of times. And this whole revisionist history on this team now is really funny to me.
Riv, I'm not going to defend Luka's performance. He hasn't
You
been
haven't
playing
said a
good.
word about it. You keep
I
talking
literally,
about these
I
other
literally
players.
said, I literally
Rui
said
and
he's
shit.
just not playing well. He's not playing well.
That's why they're losing. That's why they're
all
losing.
Luka has to do is
If he played
hit his
average last
shots.
night, they win by 10.
That's
If
all
he
Luka has
plays
to do.
good, they don't lose to
If
Charlotte.
he
But
played
he plays
at
good,
a
you win by
5,
20.
If
You
he
look-
played, I'm guessing it. He
He
played at
plays
like
at
a
a
5.
6. They
He
beat
played
Charlotte.
at like a 5.
The
yesterday.
dagger 3 that
5
Miles
yesterday?
Bridges
I
hit
think
against
5,
them.
yeah.
Oh, you're being kind. I was playing like a 2
His
yesterday.
playmaking was good. He was rebounding the
He
basketball.
was bad.
also turning the
he,
ball
he
over.
started the game with
5 turnovers
in the first quarter.
in less
But
than
I don't think
7
did he have
minutes.
another turnover the rest of the game.
But here's the
Like
thing.
one
Like,
maybe?
I don't,
yeah, we can
maybe.
overemphasize these bad performances. The reason why I really care about them is because they're not going to last.
Agreed.
Luka's going to eventually beat Luka. That's a fact.
I know,
They
but
don't
it's just-
last, and we're not talking
I
about
don't
this.
like the idea of shitting on the Lakers right now when Luka has been the shitty part.
Well,
These
there's a
performances don't
reason.
last. We're not
There's a
talking about these
reason
losses.
why that. Even when the Lakers had Anthony Davis,
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Lakers' future wasn't good.
Of course.
because outside once LeBron leaves, they don't have nobody that's that good.
Were you guys not a top 10 offense and defense right before the trade?
we were.
They were on a
You took them
heater.
seriously?
No, in the
You
month of
did.
I didn't take the Lakers seriously.
We all thought bro, I swear.
Wait, Anthony Davis?
I kid you not, we were thinking, all right, the Lakers are heating
Starting
up.
to figure
They're
it out.
starting to
The
figure it out.
defense was
This looks
really
like a really
turning
good
the
team.
page.
They were
Maybe
number
they
one
can
defense
upset. And maybe they
for
can
like
upset a
15
team like
games,
Houston.
games.
Maybe they can upset a
Yes,
team
We
like
had
Miami.
just beaten the
younger team.
Celtics. We had just beaten the Knicks.
That's a
We
bad.
beat
Now we're
some
starting
really
to look like,
solid
okay, that
teams.
matchup with OKC looks funnier.
A younger team that has no experience in the playoffs at all.
Can I finish? Then you trade for Luka. Nico Harrison pulls what he thinks is heist of the century.
In
right?
MSG, we beat the Knicks without Anthony Davis.
No, facts. You trade for Luka. You come in here and you say this team could go to the finals. Luka and LeBron can play really well. This team can beat OKC.
We thought we
Now
were
there's
getting a
different
center.
matchups.
I'm
Now
gonna be
this is a
fair to
different
us.
ma-
I thought we were getting
No,
a center.
Even if that's the case, this team is 2-2 right now with Luka.
1-2.
1-2, pardon me. 1-2 right now with Luka. The only team you have beaten was the Jazz. But also, you lost to the Jazz.
We did.
And then you lost to Charlotte. If Luka plays better. We're not having this topic.
We're not.
We're not having this
Agree.
conversation about the
3-0
team.
probably, yeah.
We're 3-0. We're not sitting here
Maybe
talking
2-1
about
got blown out.
Vando can't
Jazz.
score, which you can't.
I'm
I agree
coming
with
in
you.
with the Luka jersey.
Yeah, you're
on.
coming in with the Luka magic. We're not talking about Vando can't score. He can't. We know that. But
He's
we're
saying
not
he's
talking
better
about
than
that.
Joker.
We're not talking about Rui. We're not talking about Reeves and this whole three ball. We're not talking about that. The reality of the situation is Luka is not playing good basketball. Whether you want to attribute that to his stamina, his fatigue, his health. He's
weight.
not all of it. It could be all of it. He's not playing good basketball, and he's not playing good basketball right now. The team is losing. The team is losing to bad teams. You don't lose to Charlotte. You can't lose to Charlotte. Losing to Charlotte, it screams.
They got
what the
blown
fuck
out
is
by
wrong with
Utah
you?
too.
Yeah,
But this where
It was the
this,
game before the All-Star break.
Please
this is
make
where
this
getting
fair.
integrated to a brand new team, it hurts because you look at the final play when Miles Bridges hit the dagger three pretty much. They were trying to get Luka into action, and then they double team LaMelo, and then he passed it to Miles Bridges. When you look at the rotation that happened on that play, Luka was getting corner. He pointed at Gabe Vincent to guard the corner and LeBron to guard the center. LeBron went to guard the center. Luka went to guard the corner. Gabe Vincent didn't go to guard the corner, so it was an open three-point shot that went in, and that was the dagger. You know, these are the type of defensive miscommunications that happen when you're brand new to a team and
What
people
about
don't
him just getting
understand their
blown by?
assignments.
I think that the key
Well, that
part,
one was a
I gonna
defensive
say,
miscommunication.
he got blown by.
every
No, he
team.
got fucking bopped.
What
But
in the
no.
last
Luka was going this way.
the Miles Bridges dagger three in the corner?
No,
LaMelo.
No,
LaMelo's
LaMelo.
I mean, he was getting bodied
obviously,
all game. He was getting
LaMelo's
bodied.
doing that to good
And
defenders
then he
too. though.
drove, and the pass was sex. But honestly, the dagger you could say was LaMelo having to lay over three guys.
That shit was
nuts.
nasty.
Yeah,
that
that
shit
was-
was
Hey!
crazy.
That was just an amazing
Well,
bucket.
the play that put them up 3 points at the very end that led to LeBron having to tie the game with a 3-point shot was the Miles Bridges 3-point shot.
Was that?
Yeah.
I thought it was
That's why they
LaMelo
were up
shooting
3.
free throws. No, Rui missed the 2 free throws that would have tied
Yeah,
the
that was
game.
brutal.
Then then LaMelo hits the layup. LeBron hits that crazy ass 3.
Mm-hmm.
We foul LaMelo. He makes the 2 free throws. Now it's a 3-point game. Then LeBron James gets the looks. He misses both of them. That's how the game ended.
It's a tough look, man.
It hurt. It killed me. I thought LeBron.
That was a good ass game.
And
though.
LeBron, for all intents and purposes, was the best player on
Oh
the
my
court
God,
in
he
that
was
fourth
cooking.
quarter.
That dunk he
Oh,
had,
oh,
the
oh,
cock
oh,
back,
in that
holy
fourth
shit.
quarter.
Melo was also
16
LaMelo was great,
points.
but
Melo had
LeBron
like
was
13 and
crazy.
8 in the fourth.
It was amazing, but LeBron was
He hit
shooting
the
the
game
ball.
winner.
Come on.
That move was
Plus free
big.
throws too.
Absolutely correct. So it was with 153 left that Miles Bridges made
Yeah, it's all right. I
made
had
the
to-
3-point
I had to
shot.
Close my eyes and lock in.
But yeah, I just think that right now it's just I don't know how I think Luka eventually will get to what Luka's been. With Dallas, when he was going to come back from the injury, I think this is the difference is that you have teammates that you've been around that are going to help ease you back into the game, and Kyrie Irving will take the load off. And I'm not saying that LeBron can't, but there's not a microscope under Luka with the Mavs. He's just if he has these bad games, people will just forget about it and don't really talk about it a week from now. But with the Lakers and with this trade being this big of a trade,
He's looked at as a savior.
this is
I'm looking at him like
something that's under the microscope
He
every
saved
single
my
night.
Lakers.
Yeah, we're looking at him like a top 4 player in the world.
and I feel like right now the expectation is that the Lakers are going to get that right off the bat.
It also
I don't
doesn't
think
help
that's
that they play
gonna
last
happen.
night. It's the only game on TV.
Also,
There's,
it's-
you know what I
it's-
mean?
it's-
Everyone's watching.
It's not wrong of Lakers fans to think, hey, Luka, in your first 3 games, this is how we're going to ease you in. You're going to play against the Jazz, not
That's a
once,
fact.
but twice. Then we're going to have the All-Star break. So even if you do play like dog shit against the Jazz, have 5 fouls, barely play the game at all.
Get a week off.
You get a fucking week off. You come back ready. You're at home, going up against the Hornets, worst defense in the league.
At home,
no
yep.
real offense. You're good, bro. This is how we ease you in. And you look like shit again.
Yeah.
I'm all right with it because he's Luka. He's going to be great. But the lack of heart he was showing me yesterday, I'm not going to say I didn't love it. I didn't.
I just think those injuries are tough. The calf injuries are the toughest injuries to come back from and just get into a flow immediately.
I don't disagree.
Especially when you have that long break. You're right. Maybe in a sense it could help him when you have that long break. But in a sense, you're also not playing.
Yeah.
And now you have to all of a sudden play a game out of nowhere. So that also he's not in a rhythm yet. So
Do you think Luka Doncic was running sprints this All-Star break?
Heavens no.
no. I mean, he might not even be in a position to where he could do that right now. Just fresh off his injury, I think. Probably not.
How can you play in games and you can't run sprints?
He's
tough
definitely
look.
not
You
running,
know what I
but
mean?
he's
Like,
definitely
bro,
jogging.
He's
with all due
jogging
respect,
for sure.
I'm not clearing you to play basketball.
I agree, especially with the calf injury.
Like,
You
do
can't run
I think
sprints.
do I think that like Luka Doncic was working out in All-Star break? I do.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
lifting weights and shit,
yeah.
probably.
Of course, has to.
But like full like fledged like sprints, like full speed. No, I don't
Like
think he's doing that.
cardiovascular exercise.
I think he is doing
Gassed like
cardio.
he's heavy set though. It's not. I don't think it's just an injury
He was
thing.
hunched over, both hands on his knees. It
No,
killed
It's
me.
a tough look.
So yeah, I think he's gonna be fine, but it's okay to criticize Luka for how he's played in these 3 games. Yeah, Joel, you're right. He was supposed to come to the Lakers, be an immediate impact player. We're supposed to be 3-0. He's supposed to be still top 3, top 4, top 5 best players in the world. And that's what we were expecting. He hasn't been
That's
that.
the scary part about the Lakers is that if their offense isn't God, if they don't have legitimately like a top 3 offense in basketball, this all goes up in flames. I think next season, when you have an off season, when you have, more capital to trade draft picks, when you have, deals that you can make post, of course, trade deadline at this point, next year we could talk about it and what the roster actually looks like. But right now, I mean, Luka's going to be better. The Lakers are going to be better, right? If they go out and beat fucking Denver on Saturday, this all gets thrown down the drain. But I still think the weaknesses that they have this season, it's just too much to overcome.
Yeah, I just think that the more interesting conversation with me when it comes to Luka and the Lakers is just he was going to be there long term. I think that's the most interesting conversation, just because just watching Luka coming back from this injury, it was a long time ago, but there was also another Hall of Famer that signed with LA, had a different injury. He was fresh off of back surgery, and Dwight Howard, and he didn't play to his best, and he was booed out of LA, and that drove him to leave. So I have more belief in Luka that he's gonna eventually just start playing. And he's gonna kill, because that's what Luka does. But if this injury is more serious than we're led to believe, and is something that's really bothering him, and he's not playing 100%, and the fans aren't the kindest to him, then we don't know how much he's going to love the media market and how much attention comes to playing with the Lakers. Because you think about it, like, after LeBron James retires, there's really not another cornerstone piece that's going to take a load off of Luka. Like, once LeBron retires, which we don't know when it's going to be, but Luka is going to have to go back to scoring like 36 to keep the Lakers afloat if they don't make some drastic moves to improve the roster or to give him like a real true star. I think where the Lakers roster is right now is pretty much at the same point that the Mavericks roster was in before they traded for Kyrie, when we talk about long-term pieces around Luka. So that's the more interesting conversation for me. The Lakers have really one year and a half to figure this out, to get it right with Luka. And we've seen teams in the past be able to build rosters in that amount of time, but how likely is it? I think the Mark Williams trade, getting it rescinded, which pretty much it was the Lakers having buyer's remorse from it and saying, you know what, we kind of regret sharing this pick because this player might not be available for us. That's the asset they're banking on to maybe make another move, because, Mark Williams, it just wasn't going to be enough to, build a roster around Luka long term. So they're probably using that for a move later down the line that will be. But, Luka right now, I think being in this situation, most pressure in the league right now off this injury, it's something that we're going to monitor every game.
2 things, and we can do whatever we want after that. Next season, I understand your thought process, Joel. The issue with that is we're all hoping and praying, well, depending on who you are, but I'm hoping and praying LeBron is still LeBron. And for what he's shown me, I should have belief that he should be fine, but we understand that life is life. 41 is going to be 41. We have to be real. We can't just expect him to be this. It's unrealistic to just automatically bank on it. It's LeBron. He's been inhuman. He is an alien. I get that, but it's 41. That's what we have to understand. So that's where the fear comes for next season. And then now to what you were saying, Joel, there's a part of me weirdly deep inside that feels Rob missed the mark to a certain degree at the deadline. To a certain degree. You should have made a minor move. You went for a home run in Mark Williams. To the point where you got cold feet and said, fail is physical. He's not good. Let's get this trade done.
And don't leave out that Mark Williams' representation went to other doctors. And those doctors said
he was good.
There is no reason why they failed him, because he was cleared.
Yeah.
It really makes it seem as if Rob forcefully went in and nixed it.
Yeah.
Understanding he made a mistake. And that I'm okay with. And I said that to you
It's
guys.
weird because Luka, the report is Luka won and Mark Will.
Which I get it.
Yeah.
I do. He's a vertical threat. He's going to be an amazing pick and roll player in the offense. The offense would have taken another level there. I get that idea. However, there's a part of me that feels like Rob should have went a little bit more safe in one of the players they could have acquired.